Hello guys, greetings to you all, and once again I welcome you all back to the Stratford Africa channel. Today we are here in this video to do our match preview to the Wolves game. Wolves against Manchester United this coming Sunday, which will be played at the Molineux Stadium. That is the home ground for Wolves, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yes, so to this video is your match preview. So let's just move straight into it. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and like the video and share it to your friends. So in this match preview, we'll be looking at areas such as team news, form guide, head-to-head, and then also we shall talk a little bit about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his in-game management and tactics. You understand? Yes. So please buckle up and let's go. Yes. So team news-wise, from the camp of Manchester United, it is only Rashford and McTominay who are out injured. So these two players are the only players who are not available for the game. Apparently, McTominay has had a minor surgery done on his groin. I think it was done yesterday or so. Yes, he said there's an issue there that needed management, and then the final decision was taken that the surgery needs to be done to clear it off. You understand? So that is what has ruled him out of this game. And Rashford, as we all know, is still recovering from his shoulder surgery. Yes, but he's already back at Carrington doing some light training works. So he has really recovered quickly, and then he expected to come back earlier than anticipated. You understand? So that is some kind of positive news there from the camp of Rashford. So I think apart from Rashford and McTominay, everybody else is available. And the choice will be made based on form and fitness wise. So that being said, I think the likes of Edison Cavani and Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho all are back in contention. They are all trying competing to get a starting spot in the lineup. This comes at the back of them having trained for some time now. You remember Cavani just came back from holiday, so that is what took him out of our first two games. But I think now he has had enough training that he's in contention for a starting place or an impact off the bench. And likewise Varane too. Yes, he's now trained a little bit more with his new teammates, and with the quality of player he is, I don't think Solskjaer will keep sitting him on the bench. So this is a very, very good opportunity for him to come in and contribute his quota towards the team. So I think Sancho too lies in that same category. He's gotten a couple of minutes here and there. So I think this is a great opportunity for the manager to give him a start. Start him. Let's see what he can offer. So from the camp of Wolves too, I think their injury situation too is looking very, very good for them. There hasn't been any major injury hit there too. Yes, they have their striker in the person of Raul Jimenez back for this season, after he has recovered from the long-term head injury he sustained last season. So he's been playing for them, and he's going to be available for this fixture too. And we all know that they've also lost their manager in Nuno Espirito Santos to Tottenham Hotspur. So this new manager have come in, and he's now trying to implement his ways and get the boys going. So that is team news there for you. So let's just take a straight look at the form guide of both these two teams. So United, for example, have had 4 points from their first opening 2 games of the season, which implies that they've won 1 and drawn 1. And Leeds on the other, Wolves on the other hand too is still trying to look for their first Premier League point of the season when they came up against us on Sunday, because they lost their first 2 matches and they haven't been able to get a point yet. They lost with a close margin of 1-0 though. So that is the area in form guide there for you. So let's just take a straight look at the head-to-head situation. How many times have these teams played each other? How has been the outcome? Who's the team on top? So all in all competitions, record has it that these two teams have played each other a whopping 107 times, and out of this, United comes out on top with 51 wins. You understand? So United edges it over Wolves there. And then in the Premier League too, these two clubs have played 14 games, and out of these 14 games, United have won 8, and then 3 of them have ended in draws. You understand? So I think recently Wolves has been a very, very difficult opponent for Manchester United, and playing at the Molineux in itself hasn't been a very friendly fixture for us. If you remember very well, since they got promoted back to the Premier League in 2018, it was only last year that we were able to do the double over them in the Premier League, when we played them away in the last game of the season, when goals from the likes of Anthony Elanga and Juan Mata from the penalty spot helped us get a 2-1 win over them to keep our away record intact. So that was only last season that we were able to do the double over them, and we have played them a lot since they came back to the league, and we haven't had a lot of success. So going on, the Molineux there is not just like the St. Mary's I said the other time. That venue too has been a challenging venue for us recently. Yes. So that being said, I think the team news and the form guide has been presented for you. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section, and please once again subscribe if you haven't. So let's move on straight on and do our predicted 11. After that, we shall talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a bit before we bring this video to a close. So in the predicted 11 area, I think I will have DJ in goal because Henderson is not back yet, and DJ's form has been good. He hasn't done anything to warrant a change in his place. So DJ starts for me, and in the back I will start Varane in this game, as I said earlier on during the team news session. Yes, Varane is a very top player, and he has trained a while now. So let's start him and give him an opportunity to contribute to the team. You understand? If you keep saying he has not been able to adapt to the league, if you don't play him, how then does he adapt to the league? Yes, if you have such a quality player at your disposal, you don't keep sitting them on the bench. You understand? So I think I will start Varane in the back four. So I'll have Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, and then Luke Shaw from left back. So in the middle too, due to McTominay's injury and how badly Fred played in our last game, I think I will play a midfield pivot of Matic and Van de Beek. You understand? Even though Matic also didn't have a good game, but I am betting my coin on him because that combination of him and Van de Beek looked very good during preseason. You understand? So I would like to give that combination a try in this game. So pairing Matic and Fred in our last game didn't work because the movement wasn't there. You understand? Fred wasn't occupying the right spaces, and the passing angles too were almost always closed. But if you look at the way Van de Beek plays the game, he's very intelligent off the ball. His movement is good and his passing is good. He will give you forward passes and all of that. So I think in the midfield pivot, I will bring back Matic and then pair Van de Beek with him just to see, because in preseason they linked up very well. So we need to give that a chance in the real season. So and ahead of those two, Bruno Fernandes will come in for sure. And then in the attack too, I will start Sancho. As I said again, Sancho is one of a very good player that we have signed, and we can't keep sitting him on the bench. He's got to come into the team at a point, and I think right now this is that time. With this Wolves game, they will play a low block, and then you will need the likes of Sancho to try and unlock that low block. You understand? Yes. So I think Sancho plays, and then I'll play Greenwood at number 9. Martial doesn't look fit and he's out of form. So I will suggest the team and the coaching staff gradually eases Martial back in because of the lot of backlashes his performances have received of late. You understand? So don't throw him in. Just play Mason Greenwood as number 9, who looks to be in top form. And then also Pogba, as usual, plays from the left wing, where he has been contributing very well to the team. So that is my predicted 11 there for you. DJ Ngo, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Varane, Luke Shaw. In the middle, I have Matic, Van de Beek. Ahead of them, Bruno Fernandes. From the right wing, Jadon Sancho. Leading the attack is Mason Greenwood. And then also Pogba plays from the left wing. You understand? So let me know what you think about that predicted 11 in the comment section, and also what yours would have been. Any differences in mind, and let's get talking and going. You understand? So I think this is where we come to the point where we need to talk a little bit about our manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes, there's no doubt about the amount of work he has done at the club and all of that. But I think moving on this season is a very crucial and important season for us. What happened last week, we need to stop those things from happening. We have to try and convert those silly draws into wins. This is the reason why we came second last season, but we couldn't really put up a title challenge, because in our little spell where we went unbeaten, we had loads of silly draws in there. You understand? Excuse me. So if we are able to convert these draws into wins, that is what I was expecting the coaching staff and the boys to come into this season thinking. That's the mentality I expected them to have. But considering what happened last week, that we drew and dropped points against Southampton, I think that mentality hasn't been addressed and only needs to do that. And one very key important thing that is crucial to us achieving that is always in-game management. I haven't seen enough improvement from him so far. The wrong decisions he has been taking last season, I keep seeing them happening. He needs to improve in that area. You understand? For Southampton, for example, in that game, they came to press us and to cause us troubles. And then the coaching staff stuck to us playing out from the back. When we are being pressed, everybody knows that we are not good at playing out from the back, even though that is a crucial part of our tactics. That is a crucial part of our setup, to play out from the back. But we are able to do that when the team doesn't press us aggressively. When they come pressing aggressively, we are almost always found wanting. So when the Southampton was pressing, I expected only to change the tactics and tell the boys to play over the press, because we are not good at playing the nice passes to play your way through the press. Our players' technical ability is not that high, but we have the likes of Pogba and Cavani, them who are tall up front. Even James and Rashford, when he's back, these people can run behind and chase the ball. So instead of us trying to play through the press, sometimes let's change it and play over the press. You can hit the long ball out to Pogba, who can bring it down nicely, or even win a throw. Then we can play on from there. Or you hit a long ball in for James to run onto or Rashford to run onto. These are other ways you can try and buy your way out of a game. But when they are suffocating you, your midfield pivot and your defense, and you keep trying to play out from the back, it's a little bit naive to me. So if that doesn't change, we are going to keep on losing points and dropping silly points here and there. So I think the in-game management decisions has to improve, and Oli also has to use the squad better. He has to rotate the squad better to maintain freshness and all of that. You understand? Van de Beek, for example, has been trending, and a lot of people have been talking about him. He can't even get a game. Meanwhile, Oli came out at the other day at the end of the game saying that he's a player who's going to be very, very important for us. Blah 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 blah. How is he supposed to be important for us when he's not even playing? Like I struggle to make sense out of that statement. You understand? Yet when he was making subs, he chose to play the likes of Lingard and McTominay, who was clearly carrying an injury, ahead of Van de Beek. And Lingard, for example, tested COVID a few weeks ago. He's just coming back from that, and this guy has been fit since preseason all the way into the season. And then the game gets tough, and then these guys are subbed on ahead of him. What sort of words or language or signs is that sending to the guy? You understand? You can't spend 40 million quid on a lad and won't give him opportunity. Right now, nobody can say whether Van de Beek is a success or a failure, because he hasn't even getting opportunities to showcase his talent yet. You understand? So I am not sure Van de Beek could have played any worse than Fred and Matic did on last week. You understand? So moving on, Oli has to really improve in that area. So I think that being said, that's all I have down for this match preview. So until we meet again next time, we let's touch a little bit on the transfer rumors making rounds. You understand? Yes, there's been loads and loads of transfer news about Saul Niguez and his availability, and Atletico Madrid looking to move him on, and interested clubs having to hold talks with Atletico, and then United's name has been thrown about there. Yes, United is in that race with Chelsea. There's even Ruben Neves, and there's Eduardo Camavinga too, which people are saying that the club is looking for a possibility to do those deals. If the right deals are made available, we might get a bonus of a midfielder. So you see, this makes me question the ambitions of the board and the owners when they promised us, getting to the last end of last season, that this summer they are going to spend, they are going to improve their relationship with us. I haven't really seen that, because everybody knows that there is a hole in our midfield there, and we need a CDM to address that. But these people are telling us unless some people go out, there are not going to be any incomings. Meanwhile, you have offered contracts to people who are almost like French players. So what sort of build-up are we doing? What sort of squad rebuild are we doing? We are almost delaying our rebuild 1 or 12 months or 18 months back, when we could have done it now and gotten the results earlier. Look at when we signed Bruno Fernandes. That was a signing that should have happened in that summer, not in January. You understand? So we are going to delay this one too and suffer the consequences up to January or next summer. Then we try to solve it. Why not just throw the money and solve it now? And when the result doesn't come, you can now hold the manager responsible. See, look at what Chelsea is doing. Look at the quality of midfielders Chelsea has, and they are looking to add Saul Niguez onto it because they already have an offer on the table for loan and an option to buy, which Atletico might consider. You understand? So what are Manchester United doing to address their midfield issues? These are all questionable questions that the board and the owners needs to answer. But that being said, let's wait and see what happens in the 1 week or so we have left in the transfer market, whether we get that bonus midfielder, which we will all be happy about, and if we don't get that too, I mean, we have to stick together and go with what we've got. So this has been your match preview of the Wolves game and matters arising. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe if you haven't. So we shall meet next time after the game to do our match reaction. Until then, have a nice time to you all and stay safe out there. Bye bye.